There's been a lot going on with Merab in the build-up to this fight with Sean O'Malley, but this might be one of the biggest things that we have seen yet. 11 days out from his fight with Sean for the Bantamweight World Championship. We see this picture of him, and he very blatantly has staph infection on his arm. We've seen examples of this before. We've seen guys like Benoit Saint Denis have this. Now, there's other things as well, where he's been cut over his eye and he's showing it, and then he's taking out the stitches with a pair of like really blunt, cheap scissors. He's lashing out at fans, like he's getting drunk allegedly at bar. Merab Dvalishvili is really stacking all of the cards against him here, okay? He's trying to make sure he's the underdog going into this. I wouldn't be surprised if James Krause is orchestrating this entire thing and he's got money on Merab and this is his way of lowering the odds. Who knows? Okay? It's just a theory I have. Maybe Merab's got money on himself, but not yet. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make sure he's really an underdog going into this one, because I think they had O'Malley going in as an underdog. But Merab has staph infection, which is horrible, which is bad for you. And if you take antibiotics to deal with it, your gas tank is absolutely cooked going into fights, and having staph infection in general is not going to be good for your gas tank anyway. We saw that with Benoit Saint Denis. A lot of these guys have to take antibiotics in order to even get past commission and make sure the staph goes down or it somewhat goes away, because otherwise the commission is not really going to want him fighting. So Merab, over the past few weeks, has essentially been trying desperately to get this fight cancelled. I don't know if he's injured and this is all a big plan. I don't know if he's been like washing in a ditch somewhere and rolling around on the mats after a long hour or two of jiu-jitsu and just making sure to get all of that sweat on him. I have no idea what Merab's doing, but he's got a staph on his arm. This is staph infection. It's looking good for Sean O'Malley. Okay, now I'm picking Sean O'Malley by KO early in the fight. I also think coming into this fight, there's also an aspect people don't realize as to why I'm picking O'Malley by KO. We've seen Merab hurt by Marlon Moraes. We've seen him hurt by Henry Cejudo. I'm going to go through all of these things in today's video. There's more at the end of this as well. But Merab Dvalishvili, I'm going to add this in. If he even gets dropped in this fight badly and hurt, if you want to know about a fight where there could be an early stoppage, I'm telling you it's this one. O'Malley doesn't have to put Merab's lights out. If he hurts him and then sits him down badly, the ref is jumping in. They're not going to let Merab go through what he went through with Marlon Moraes. If he's all over the place like that again, I'm telling you they're going to step in this fight, and we're going to see a bit of a weird situation. Now, there's a lot stacked against Merab here, okay? And if it's close to a decision, they're all of a sudden not going to count control time. You know, when they pick and choose when to do that. Dude's got staph. Reason why this is worrying for Merab and for Merab fans that want Merab to win this one. What is Merab without cardio? And staph is something that saps your cardio badly. What is Merab without cardio? He can't strike. He doesn't have knockout power on the feet. I think one of his only KOs he's gotten on the feet was by spinning back fist over Raytheon Stotts, who eventually went on to be a Bellator champ at some point. That was on the regional scene, and that's actually how he got into the UFC. Dana was actually there to scout Raytheon Stotts, and then Merab put him away with a spinning back fist. But he doesn't really have power on the feet. His stand-up is at times worrying, to say the least. He can wrestle, and he will take people down, but it's mainly because of the volume of wrestling that he succeeds in it. He doesn't get the back on the ground. He doesn't often take mount. He doesn't take finishing positions. He doesn't get crucifix over people. He barely passes full guard on anyone. Merab's cardio is his saving grace of his entire game. Now, there was a time when Merab didn't have cardio and he was losing to the likes of Frankie Sains and, of course, the Ricky Simone fight, where even though it was weird at the end and he did get put out, then the call was made against him. He still lost round 2 of that fight to Ricky Simone. Like, there was a time where Merab all of a sudden just randomly got insane cardio, the likes of which we've never ever seen in this sport before. Dude's got a staph infection. Worst nightmare for Merab. Who knows? It could just be a cut, but it looks exactly like what was on Benoit Saint Denis' forehead in the build-up to his fight with Poirier, and it looks exactly like staph infection. That's not a simple cut. It's a ring with stuff inside, like a fleshy wound opening up. It looks exactly like staph infection, something eating away at his skin, okay? I doubt Aljo put a cigar out on Merab during one of his Shark Tank rounds in the gym. You know what I mean? Either way, that's one thing that's going on. He's then showing online that he got cut over his eye, okay? Now, the commission is going to be inspecting his face closely in the build-up of this fight. Dana hates this, okay? I actually have Dana White's reaction here that we're going to listen to as well. Merab shows his cut. I'm not going to play through the video because it does get a... Oh, I might already be demonetized there. I don't think that's bad. A little bit of blood on his face. But either way, Merab showing that he's got a cut over his eye. Don't know why he's doing it. Don't know why he wouldn't wear a long sleeve shirt for this picture either. Don't know why he's showing a cut under his eye, which is in a position, by the way, to be a fight-ending cut. It's right by the eye. Okay, so if O'Malley opens that and it opens a bit more to the left, as we see it, the right of Merab's eye, yeah. If it opens up a bit more in towards the eyelid, the fight is off. They're going to call the fight. You can't have a cut on your eyelid area in a fight. No idea why he's showing this. He's really doubling down. Merab is going for the upset of all upsets here, okay? He's really stacking things against him, showing O'Malley where the cut is. If O'Malley targets this, we know O'Malley's got sneaky knees. He's got really whipping shots around the guard where he lands a lot of time with his front knuckles and his thumb sometimes. And a lot of those shots can cause cuts. You know what I mean? If you land flush with all knuckles, maybe not so much. If you glance with a knuckle off a shot, O'Malley does a lot of tracing shots where he turns his hand over a little bit, tries to punch around the guard on people. You see him do it a lot in his fights. And he's going to be targeting this. Right hand. Round the guard on Merab, looking for that cut. And if it opens any closer to the center of his eye, the fight is getting called off. You know the UFC want O'Malley to win this. This guy is dumb, I think. I don't know if this is a big game plan. I don't know. I think this guy has got nothing going on behind his eyes. And like him lashing out at a fan, which I'm going to show you in a second, might prove that as well. The guy has no impulse control. Neanderthal genes, which may be what makes him so Giga Chad and good at fighting. But let's listen to what Dana White has to say about this, because he ain't pleased about it.
The whole world knows about Merab's cut. He posted it. I mean, our guys are so dumb. It's next level, unbelievable. It's all the stuff that I talk about boxing. What I will give boxing is when something happens in a camp, man, let me tell you what, it does not leak. You know, our guys can't fucking...
Disagree. A lot of times if something happens in camp, a lot of times in boxing, someone's snitching in the camp to the alternate team. We see that a lot of times in boxing, where these shared training partners that sort of roam around the gyms will hear something, and then all of a sudden the guy's talking about an injury that he knows someone's got at a press conference because of something that went on. We always hear about this in boxing, where a mole is in a gym and there's a snitch and he's revealed information and all of this type of stuff. Either way, they'll let it play.
Wait to throw it up on social media. It's a small cut. It's no big deal, but obviously needed to be posted.
The reason why Dana's annoyed by that, even though he says it's a small cut and it's no big deal, the positioning of the cut is something where if a commission knows that he's got it and thinks it can too easily open up, this is Dana's stressed face because he knows the commission could be annoying about this. And this is his big Sphere card, which is actually a dog shit card. Watch my last video on it.
Against a guy like O'Malley, who's a sharpshooter and who's a very accurate puncher, now all of a sudden there's a big target for him.
And why the fuck would you want him to know that? Yeah. It is next level stupid. Some of these guys are so stupid, it's...
The anger on him is not, I'm angry at Merab because now he's got less of a chance against O'Malley. What is he doing? The anger on him is, you fucking idiot, Merab. The commission could mess this up so badly. Colby Covington had a cut over his eye, exactly the same position as Merab's cut when he fought Robbie Lawler. And people don't know about this, but Lawler was supposed to be fighting someone else. I think he was actually supposed to be taking on like a rematch with Woodley or something. I don't know what it was, but Lawler was supposed to be fighting someone else. It might have not been a Woodley rematch. But he was supposed to be fighting someone on this card. And I think it was in New Jersey or something like that, a fight night card. And Covington stepped up on about 3 weeks' notice. People don't know that about the Covington-Lawler fight, but Covington actually filled in on short notice. This was when Covington was a Chad and an actual fighter. Now, very different, okay? I personally think he lost his chin, and the Masvidal attack actually did a number on him. And he screams of a guy who's not taking shots the same way in the gym anymore. That's my personal opinion on Colby Covington. Either way, Dana's pissed off because of the commission. Colby Covington had to have makeup put over his eye, and actually did have makeup put over his eye, and kept sunglasses on, if you pay attention, for the whole build-up of the Lawler fight. He had to sneak it by a commission. There's an interview on it where he reveals all, and the UFC makeup woman actually covered up the cut before he went for like a commissioner's inspection, basically. That's what Dana's annoyed about. Some of these commissions can be really, really annoying when it comes to this type of stuff. Then he's taking the stitches out early, or maybe on time, with a pair of cheap scissors. He's just going at these stitches and making sure to post it as well. Now, is Merab dumb? Probably yes. Is he trolling? Maybe, but why would you put yourself at a disadvantage like this? Is this a cry for help where he can get pulled out of this, where it isn't really his fault? Where, sorry guys, you know I wanted to show up, but the commission... He's not trying to hide anything. Out on show, blatant for the world to see, you could have worn a long-sleeved shirt. Or a jumper. Or anything like that. He's wearing his own merch as well. This is not something he needed to wear. Shows the cut online. Shows him taking out the stitches. Is this guy injured badly? Does he know he has Staph and now he's trying to sort of accidentally get the commission to pull him out of the fight? I don't know what's going on. That's going to be up for you to decide. He could just be a dumb Neanderthal-brained idiot. That is also a chance. I don't know what's going on with Merab. It's funny. It is selling the fight because there's just chaos going on. And then Dana responded to the stitches thing as well, and he just... Let's let it play here. Dana's having a rough one.
He was going to go at me with that one.
Obviously referring to Merab Dvalishvili, once again taking to social media to...
Isn't he awesome? I think he's just...
Classic Dana line.
I think he's just fucking with me now, to be honest with you.
Have you spoken directly to him? I mean, obviously you were pretty public in what you said, but have you reached out to him and said, bro, what are you thinking? Or
no. Do what you want. Do what you want.
If Merab loses to O'Malley, it is not going to be a nice road back to the title. That evil grin on Dana's face is the type of one where, wasn't he smiling like that about a Makayev situation as well? It is not going to be a nice route back to the belt. He's already been annoying about the Aljo situation. Remember how much Dana hated him for that? But he's now put himself in a position where he kind of has to fight for the belt because he's won so many. If he loses to O'Malley, expect nothing but terrible matchups for him. It's tough.
all right, we'll leave.
Did you ever see the scissors they take stitches out with?
They don't look like those
Tiny.
usually.
They're tiny.
Yep.
And they have that thing on there so you don't cut yourself. You know what I mean? They can slide them up under the stitches and you don't cut yourself. And this dude had like fucking bush shears that he was using that you trim your fucking bushes with. The gardeners use. Whatever. Good for him.
It's tough. I don't know what Merab's at. I mean, I guess the dumb little skits that he does that everyone acts like they find entertaining are one thing, but this is like in a whole other way of promoting a fight. The guy's just causing mental distress for Dana. Merab is causing mental distress for Dana. He's going crazy in every way. He's doing the most dumbest thing possible. He's basically at every step of the way here sending a bat signal out to the fucking commission to get him to pull out. He's attacking a fan. Another thing that could get complicated in terms of making him pull out of the fight. This fan said, O'Malley's going to beat your ass or something like that. O'Malley's going to knock you out. A supporter of O'Malley dared to support O'Malley vocally to Merab Dvalishvili. This isn't the first time he's gone after a fan that said he was going to lose to someone in a fight. Phone in the back pocket, and he's over. Here comes Merab. Terrible attempt there at a Kong. Okay? I used to do a little bit of a basic level 3 running. I think it's called a Kong here, or a double Kong or something like that. Terrible attempt. Nearly falls over it. Really struggling getting over. The fan has not reacted yet. I don't know who the fan is not processing the information in front of him, and he is remaining where he is as Merab slowly makes his way. No, I didn't mean it, guys. This woman immediately sees what's going down, so she gets out of the way. Smart. And Merab starts going over to the fan and towering over him and grabbing him by the hair. It's interesting. I don't blame Merab for this. It's cool. A moment that will get a trend on Twitter or whatever. Jake Shields is like, yeah, you shouldn't disrespect the fighters. He did the same thing to me. Jake Shields did the same thing to me when I called out Jones for being a wife beater. He was like, these guys just think they can say whatever they want. Like, you're defending a fucking wife-beating, PD, cheating bitch. Good for you. So he defends Merab for this, which I get. It's not that bad. He scruffled him over the head. It's not like he punched a fan in the face. But still, the guy's crashing out, okay? He's stressed. Little things from fans saying, oh, O'Malley's going to knock you out, are making him mount and climb over barriers to get to the guy. He's dancing and drinking in the club as well. Doing his little Georgian dance, which actually is good. I don't think he drinks. He actually said once a while ago that he doesn't drink. And that is actually water now that I'm seeing that. That is blatantly water. So he's trying to just cause this confusion and chaos in the build-up, okay? And he's going off, and he drinks tequila in a bit, which is probably just water as well, let's be honest. And then this is another thing from Merab. This is from a while ago, actually, just to really get across how dumb this guy is. There is not much going on in Merab's head, guys. I can't stress that enough, okay? He dives head... I'm just going to let it play. So this is an iced over lake. And Merab seems to think that this is an absolutely fine lake that has water in it that isn't frozen. So he goes for a bit of a dip. Head first into an iced over lake. He said there were like underwater plants that were sticking up, like branches that actually cut his head. So he had stitches all over his head. And he's holding it, stressing out like, I just face planted into ice. The guy is putting it all against him. If he pulls this off, it is monumental. Now, this one's actually kind of sad. Merab is clearly suicidal, okay? He's eating Indian street food. All right, guys? This man is unwell mentally. He's doing anything he can to get the fight called off. This man has a kamikaze mindset right now, okay? He is literally eating food in India off of the street. Death wish. This guy is not mentally well. Look at... Oh, I can't... Sorry, I don't even want to watch. Oh, the juice that he put... And if you don't know, I don't know. I saw a documentary about this year ago. A lot of these places use sewage juice as cooking oil. Look into it. It's actually a thing. I'm not saying Baz was right. But God, what is going on there? But they actually use a lot of sewage juice as cooking oil in a lot of these street foods in India. And Merab is just going to fucking go for it. Oh, sorry, I can't even... Nice. Look, even Merab, the Neanderthal, is like, two grunts for like no good. Absolutely rank, and he fucking knows it. This guy's trying to get diarrhea. He's trying to get a parasite in his stomach. He's got staph, and this might be from that very dumpling that he ate, whatever it was, a little bit of pastry. This might be from that bit of food that he ate. Just parasites trying to claw out of his system. He's showing his cuts. He's making Dana have a meltdown. He's taking his stitches out with these massive scissors, going after fans, not drinking, but, you know, he's giving off that image. Head first into ice over here. This is a man who's unwell. And if he pulls it off this weekend, fair play to him. I'm going O'Malley by KO. Okay? I really am. See you later, guys. Thank you for watching. Toodle pip. And goodbye.